Psychology reveals women who want sex give these compliments. Here's what most men miss. You only get a few chances to notice when a woman's compliments reveal attraction. Miss it, and the moment is gone forever. That's why today, I'm breaking down 20 hidden compliments women use when they want more than you realize. And the last one? If you don't catch it, you'll almost always lose the chance. If you're new, we give daily dating advice for men. Comment below with your opinion, and hit subscribe to keep growing. Now let's dive in. 20. The out-of-nowhere admiration. When a woman compliments something about you without any clear reason in the moment, no prompt, no context, it's rarely random. Saying you smell really good while you're just walking down the street together? That's not about the cologne. It's about linking you to a primal sense of attraction. Scent and sexuality are deeply connected in the brain, and this type of remark bypasses the logical filter. Notice how these spontaneous compliments feel unprovoked? That's the clue. Because admiration that seems to come out of nowhere usually doesn't come from nowhere at all. And yet, the compliments get bolder as we go down this list. 19. The future picture comment. Ever had a woman say something like, "You'd make such a good dad," or "I could totally see you running your own place"? On the surface, it sounds wholesome, almost casual, but think about it. She's projecting you into her imagination of a future scenario. Psychology calls this future orientation. When attraction is strong, people unconsciously speak as if they already see you integrated into their lives. And here's the twist. Sexual interest often hides beneath these wholesome compliments because they're test balloons for intimacy. But the next type goes even deeper into the personal. 18. The private detail compliment. When she notices and praises something about you that most people would overlook, the way you phrase things, the rhythm of your walk, or even how you tilt your head when you're listening, it's a signal she's studying you more closely than she admits. These compliments reveal selective attention. Attraction sharpens focus, making small quirks suddenly feel magnetic. And when she verbalizes it, that's intimacy disguised as observation. And what's remarkable is, this is often the first step toward a much riskier compliment still to come. 17. The energy acknowledgement. Instead of complimenting a specific feature, she'll say something abstract like, "You have this calming energy," or "There's just something magnetic about you." These aren't generic feel-good lines. They're evidence of emotional arousal. Research shows that when desire is present but not yet safe to express directly, people use abstract language, pointing to your vibe instead of your body. And the moment you hear that, it's less about what she's saying and more about what she can't yet say. But the next compliment is even riskier because it tiptoes on forbidden ground. 16. The "I shouldn't say this, but" line. Ever heard a woman preface a compliment with hesitation? Something like, "I probably shouldn't say this, but your arms look really good in that shirt." That opening phrase isn't filler. It's a shield. She knows the compliment crosses into dangerous territory. By saying she shouldn't, she's both excusing herself and amplifying the sexual undertone. Psychology calls this plausible deniability. It lets her test your reaction while pretending innocence. But once this door opens, the compliments that follow usually grow bolder. 15. The contrast compliment. This is when she frames her praise by comparing you to others. Maybe she says, "Most guys don't listen like you do," or "I've never met someone who makes me laugh the way you do." The comparison is the giveaway. It's not just about what you are. It's about how you stand out from all the alternatives. And attraction thrives on contrast. The hidden subtext? You're in a category of your own, and she's quietly elevating you above the rest. But as you'll see next, sometimes the compliments don't sound like compliments at all. 14. The mocking praise. Playful teasing when followed by a half smile and a compliment in disguise is one of the oldest flirtation tricks. Think of her saying, "Wow, you're so full of yourself, but I guess you have the looks to back it up." This mixture of challenge and praise creates tension, and tension is the lifeblood of sexual chemistry. What seems like banter is often her safe way of layering desire beneath humor. And here's the interesting part. The compliments wrapped in mockery often hit harder than straightforward flattery because they bypass your defenses. Yet the next kind of compliment cuts even deeper into emotional territory. 13. The voice fascination. It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it. When a woman compliments your voice, whether it's the depth, the rhythm, or even how it feels to hear you laugh, she's not only praising sound, she's hinting at intimacy. Why? Because voices trigger the limbic brain, the same part tied to arousal and memory. Compliments on your voice usually mean she's linking that sound to comfort or desire. And once someone starts noticing your voice, it's usually only a matter of time before the compliments get even more tactile. 12. The touch excuse compliment. Ever notice how some compliments are paired with a touch? "That jacket looks amazing on you," while brushing your sleeve, or "Your hair feels so soft," as her fingers linger. The compliment is just the cover. The real message is in the contact. Studies on proxemics show that when verbal praise is combined with physical touch, it's rarely just platonic. And the progression usually doesn't stop there, because the compliments that follow often go straight for the senses. 11. The sensory compliment. These are compliments that zero in on things you can't change easily: your scent, the warmth of your skin, even how your presence feels in a room. This type is particularly revealing because it anchors attraction to something primal, not just style or effort. Complimenting your cologne is one thing, but telling you she likes how your natural scent lingers, that crosses into unmistakable territory. And here's the thing. Once a woman's compliments drift into the sensory realm, it's almost impossible to mistake them for friendly. But the next category, which we'll get into soon, takes everything we've built so far and flips it on its head. Because when a compliment sounds like it's about her instead of you, that's where things get really revealing. 10. The "it makes me feel" compliment. This is where she flips the focus. Instead of saying, "You're funny," she says, "You make me feel so relaxed when I'm around you." Notice the difference? One is about you, but the other is about her emotional state because of you. That shift is critical. Psychology shows that when people link another person to a feeling, it's far stronger than praising a quality. And when those feelings are relaxation, thrill, or comfort, that's chemistry speaking louder than words. But the next type? It reveals something even more daring. 9. The jealous slip compliment. Sometimes desire hides inside competitiveness. A woman might say, "I bet you drive all the girls crazy with that smile." Or, "Ugh, I'm sure everyone flirts with you when you walk into a room." On the surface, it's framed like a joke. But underneath, it's a mix of compliment and claim. She's acknowledging your attractiveness, but she's also showing she's aware of other women noticing it too. That jealousy-flavored praise is usually her way of hinting she doesn't want to be just another bystander. And if she's comfortable giving this type of compliment, the next one won't be far behind. 8. The undress with words compliment. This is when her compliment clearly imagines you in a different setting. She might laugh and say, "I bet you look incredible in a suit," or "You'd be dangerous at the beach with that body." Pay attention. These aren't observations, they're projections. She's placing you in a scenario where attraction is heightened, clothing changes, and intimacy is implied. Compliments like this are rarely about casual friendship. They're about curiosity that's tipping into desire. But as bold as that is, the next category strips the compliment down even further. 7. The "I notice when others don't" compliment. This is when she points out changes nobody else catches. Maybe it's a new shirt, the way you styled your hair differently, or even a subtle shift in your mood. Why is this so powerful? Because desire sharpens focus. Compliments that show micro-level awareness mean she's watching closely, closer than most people ever would. It's not just appreciation, it's surveillance disguised as kindness. And when she proves she's noticing the little things, what usually follows are compliments about the things she can't ignore. 6. The dangerously honest compliment. Every so often, a woman will drop a compliment so direct it almost feels like a slip of the tongue. Something like, "Wow, you're ridiculously attractive," or "Honestly, you look hot right now." These moments stand out because they bypass all filters. In psychology, this is called leakage, when emotion overpowers the impulse to self-censor. The fact that it escapes in compliment form means her attraction is strong enough to break through her defenses. And if you think that's intense, the next one pushes the boundary even further. 5. The secret reveal compliment. When she admits something she usually wouldn't, it's often framed as a compliment. She might say, "I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I had a dream about you." Or, "Don't let it go to your head, but I actually thought about you earlier today." That mix of secrecy and flattery is no accident. By pairing the reveal with a compliment, she softens the vulnerability. Yet what she's really saying is, you've crossed from casual into personal territory in her mind. And once this line is crossed, compliments can start sounding almost confessional. 4. The "you're addictive" compliment. Have you ever heard something like, "I can't stop laughing when I'm with you"? Or, "Talking to you is kind of addictive"? That word, addictive, isn't casual. It hints at compulsion, craving, and repetition. Psychology tells us that when attraction deepens, the brain's reward system lights up. That's why compliments framed as, "I can't get enough of you," carry such a charged undertone. They aren't just words. They're admissions of pull. But the next kind of compliment gets even more physical. 3. The body in motion compliment. Instead of praising something static like your eyes or hair, she compliments how you move. "I like the way you walk," or "You move so confidently when you talk." This isn't about fashion or grooming. It's about your body's rhythm. Movement triggers kinesthetic attraction. Compliments here are far more primal than aesthetic ones. They're closer to instinct than politeness. And once compliments shift into the physical domain, the leap to something even deeper is almost inevitable. 2. The I wish I could compliment. This one disguises longing inside admiration. She might say, I wish I had your confidence, or I wish I could stay as calm as you do. On the surface, it sounds like self-reflection, but psychologically, it's projection. She's admiring qualities she finds magnetic, and in that moment, those qualities blur into attraction. It's the compliment that secretly reveals envy and desire at the same time. And yet, as powerful as this is, it's not the ultimate giveaway. That belongs to the final kind of compliment, the one most men miss completely. 1. The permission slip compliment. This is the rarest, most revealing compliment of all. It's when she praises you in a way that simultaneously invites escalation. It sounds like, I feel so safe with you, or I trust you more than I probably should. On the surface, it's wholesome, but underneath, it's permission. She's signaling that you've crossed into a territory where intimacy feels not only possible, but welcome. Psychologically, trust and safety are the final gates before physical intimacy. When her compliments highlight those, she's not just admiring you, she's handing you the green light. And once you learn to hear these compliments for what they really are, you'll never listen to casual praise the same way again. Up next, discover the signs she's flirting with you, or learn how to spark sexual chemistry with her. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.